about all the stuff she's gonna do in the future, so I was super, super proud.
She's really nice.
She really is.
This
She's very
this
smart.
is an extremely empowering opportunity for anyone involved, and these students are absolutely amazing, and it's very humbling. I felt over the 2 days it was very humbling working with them because they are incredibly intelligent, good people, and they want to work hard for our, not just our building, but our entire community, and for science learning at large. They really, it was a huge opportunity. It was, and I feel so grateful that Dr. Dormer not only did the work to pull it together, because it was a lot of work that she did, and to help choose these students, because it's establishing something in our district that has not been here before. So
That's her MO, Dr.
Dr.
Dormer.
Dormer is, yes.
What were the chosen?
The new, these students were actually selected through a teacher nomination. Okay. You know, they suggested you could go that avenue, or you could have, student election, and I think down the line, we will opt for the student route, so that it is more of a peer, election, or, whatever we want to call it. At a loss for words right now, sorry. Can't find words my way. So,
I have a program I can
we felt really, really good about these nominations. I mean, they came recommended, no doubt whatsoever. If these students are able to do it, these are the ones that you want to have start. Because over the course of the 2-day training, they really did push the idea of you want to create something sustainable. So, and that was a key message, and the students are all on board about that. And they do. They want to leave their mark. That's going to continue long after they leave us.
I think the only thing I would say if we were doing student picked is that does it become a popularity contest, and then are we not getting, are we not getting other kids to be able to participate as well, and to make sure that we kind of get kids from different groups, so that would be the only thing with.
Right, and that's where we feel like we kind of lucked out here. We have a good selection of students who are not the ones who are always involved in everything that you read about. They're not the athletes that you read about in the paper, although some of them do participate in that as well. Ben's on student council as in addition to this, but they do have other things that they're passionate about. But this was one thing that they clearly stated was a goal for them. So we're lucky to have them on board.
Did you already mention, is it a 1-year term, or will they do this now if they're in 10th grade, they're gonna do it for the rest of high school?
The way the powers that be, the program have suggested is that we stay with this group of students, this cohort, until they graduate, but also start kind of earmarking or trying to identify successors
Is
that
that
are
the
coming
pipeline?
along. That's the pipeline they were trying to talk about. So, Sophia and Alyssa are 11th graders, so obviously they will put forth a great effort this year. They will want to see it through, knowing the two of them as seniors, but they will also help us to identify maybe some 9th or 10th graders who could easily pick up where they're leaving off.
And it's open to sixth grade?
It is open 6 through 12, so that's the area. This year we were allowed to select 4. I think down the line we may be able to expand that and get officially approved representatives. But it was exciting to even get 4, because when we originally heard about this program, we were told we could have 2.
Oh, wow.
And then they're like, well, actually, after looking at it, you can have 4 to represent your district, your community. It's like, thank you.
That's nice, yeah.
Yeah, well, it gives a little bit more opportunity to get some different grade levels represented, and that's
Right.
right. These are all things that are put out by the CSO program itself, and they have the students periodically read these aloud to one another. In fact, Sophia facilitated a couple of these. Chief science officers are destined to, everybody would chime in. So, you can read for yourself what the goals are, but we love the objectives. Increase student voice, awareness, collaboration, communication. It's a lot of the things that we've already talked about in so many of our other programs. So what do? They already participated in the Training Institute. They have 2 cabinet meetings over the course of the year. One is in November, another in March. And then they have a celebratory kind of end of year experience in May for all of them. So at the cabinet meetings, they are, expected to discuss what are called their action plans. So everyone is tasked with, bringing some sort of plan for increasing STEM awareness and collaboration within their community. And our folks have some good ideas. So obviously, they have to fine tune and come up with some more actionable items. But we're excited about where they can possibly take this.
There's a nice piece that this is across our region. It's Montgomery County, Bucks County, Delaware County, and Chester County are all represented at this seminar that we went to for 2 days. And Bucks County was really strongly represented. It was nice that the students will have other students in our region to collaborate with, in addition to across the world, like Dr. Bremer had said. So there's a lot of power there, and again, empowering students is part of this. They are collaborating with one another.
In fact, the cabinet meetings that are going to be taking place are split out by the IUs, except for Montgomery and Bucks are going to meet together, and then Chester and Delaware counties will meet together. So they've kind of tried to evenly split, the number of students for the particular regions.
And Sophia is in charge of the Bucks and Montgomery County meetings.
Yeah, she's already been contacted by the MCIU representative is the lead for the CSO program. Dr. Sides is involved for Bucks. But Ms. Schwab over at the MCIU is coordinating everything for, this particular region. She's already been in contact with Sophia to plan the meeting. So it's been pretty cool. So, they've really put it out there that every CSO has the opportunity to experience the 2-day training, all the cabinet meetings and community events, and mentorship. So during the 2-day training, we met a lot of professionals working in STEM fields, and they had roundtable discussions with these various representatives, and I think nearly every one of them said that they would be more than excited to come out to, school sites and things like that, and just be involved in whatever action plans were being put forth. They were really passionate individuals with really interesting stories about how they got there. A lot of them did not foresee a STEM career in their future, and that's where they ended up. So, it's pretty cool to hear about. You mentioned earlier, like, what if you decide, like, I just don't know yet, or I think this is what I want. Not so much. Yeah, there's lots of people out there to give those real life stories and reflections about that, which was really neat. Collaboration from around the world. So they are part of an online learning community. They use the Google Suite. So they have a Google Classroom set up. They have assignments they need to turn in. I mean, it's a pretty legitimate, process, and they are expected to coordinate and to communicate with other CSOs from around the country and around the world as part of their, homework and things like that they have to do. Yeah. So a little bit of a forced aspect, but they're excited about it, so they don't even think about it as homework. They're like, okay, what's that do? We can get that done. So again, a lot of the nice stuff that we wish pretty much all of our students had access to. So just again, in closing, we just want to say thank you from the 4 of them and the 2 of us. They are very, very excited to represent our school district, and we're delighted to be a part of it and to be working with them. We're going to have our first check-in with them probably sometime next week, so we'll see where we can start the year.
That's so great.
Thank you.
Did I miss, is there some kind of, because there's a lot of work involved in this and the assignments and all the experience, is there some kind of certification that they get at the end of their time doing this? Or they can obviously put it on their college, applications, right? But is there?
We'll have to look at that more, but the ceremony in May, the recognition ceremony, I believe does provide them with some sort of certificate or, recognition, like officially for being involved in the program and acknowledging all the work that they've done. But we can find out more information about that
It
aspect
doesn't have
of it.
any like college credit, like
I don't believe so, but if you think about the connections that they're making and the
Yeah.
doors and windows that could open, it's hard to even imagine
Yeah.
what
This
opportunities
is a really good.
could unfold for them as a result of it.
And by the way, that's Sophia in the middle costume, and
I
then
had to blow it
Ben
up
and
too.
Austin in the dinosaurs.
Oh!
They were chosen to
They're-
do this in front of the entire group.
They were.
Paper mache.
I kinda thought they were like.
Oh no, they're full on costumes with one of those fans that inflates.
Oh, that's so cool.
Felt like we had to commemorate that experience right there. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes.
So much.
I have everything in the shirt, but forgot her glitter. Oh, she did.
All right, so we're back to public comment. There's no one signed up, but if anybody wants to comment, now would be time to speak. I was going to, talk about the cyber students, but Dr. Bolton had said that you like to wait a little bit into the year to see our, give an update on our enrollment for cyber.
To get solid numbers as we have students settle in, so it's still, there's still a lot going on with registration coming in and out, so,
All right, so we'll check that another time.
thank you.
All right, and if there's no public comment, then curriculum is